Bryce, your problem is you're going to do the same steps that Caitlin did. So slope of the curve, equation of the tangent, equation of the normal, graph of all three. And your function is going to be y equals
1 over x.
1 over x minus 1.
Wait, seriously?
Yes, mind reader. Nope, it's the minus 1 is in the denominator. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh, this is
That y is very fancy looking. Looks sort of like a cursive L.
Looks like a what?
Okay, you have an
Cursive
eraser.
uppercase L.
What do we? You erase. No, you erase. I'm just.
Wait, so -1 is in.
Is in the denominator.
It's a
You
click.
have to press on it.
Press on what?
I don't know. Wait, what's we do?
It's a click. You have to click the whole thingy first.
Well, I'm not a professional at this.
I know, but I'm telling
So
you how.
is that good?
Hey, you can become a professional.
Yeah, okay. Now go back to the pen, please.
Okay.
Wait,
No!
what's happening here?
Wait,
One
what?
over
It's
x
1 over the
minus 1
quantity
Oh.
x minus 1.
It's okay, Bryce. It's early. We forgive you.
Just
Alright.
barely. Just kidding. There.
Okay. -1.
Yay!
Excellent. Okay, and your point is x equals 2. What's your point, Bryce? No, he didn't blend colors there, he just changed colors. That was weird.
How bizarre. Maybe it's like a dying felt tip marker, so it's sort of unreliable as to
Or
its
it's had
ink.
its tip rubbed against the
So
tip of
think
another
about,
felt
do you
tip
remember what the graph of 1 over x looks like?
Not really.
It's the one that goes like this
Yeah,
and like
and then
this.
like
that.
So what does the
So
minus
that
1
one.
in the bottom do
It's
to
gonna
it?
shift it
Shift
down.
it down one.
Or no, it's gonna make it larger by a
Why
factor.
isn't our chart there?
Or smaller by a factor.
I think they do that this week or next week. They make the chart. It's actually going to shift it to the let's see, the undefined
Right.
point's going to be at 1, so it's going to shift it over to the right. So we're going to have an asymptote at 1, and it's going to go that like that on either side of that.
Can we celebrate last year's seniors' birthdays as well this year?
I'm gonna go
This
with, that's
December
close
is
enough.
going to be just one giant party. I'm the only September birthday.
I hate life.
Okay, so over at 2 we have this tangent line, and we want to find its equation. So we're going to start off with its slope. So let's look at some.
Do you understand why I scribbled angrily now?
2. Okay, so.
That is so beautiful.
I love it.
So I need to find the slope.
Yes.
I mean that.
So I need 2
From the heart.
points.
Count them.
No.
Yes.
Remember, we're finding the slope of a tangent line. So we're gonna do our kind of general secant line formula, and then
Okay.
let the distance between the points get smaller.
Ah. F of x. Ah.
It would be easier if you put it on like your knee or something. So I think the fact that it's curving along the plush seat
Is this
messing
right?
you up.
It's plus delta x, although it really shouldn't make much of a difference in the long run. So far so good.
The approaching
Oh.
arrow.
Here's where the minus comes in, because it's a slope, so it's the change in.
F of F. F of F. F of
Okay. And then one last bit you need to add to that is what?
Ah.
So that right there
So then
represents
it's-
the slope of what?
The slope
Of a, what kind of line?
a secant line.
Secant line. Now we want to make it slope of a tangent line, so what do we do to delta x?
Limit of
Yes,
delta x.
exactly.
Whoops.
Han actually just made video, and it's like when
Alright, we're going to scroll down.
stars collide.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, but it looks ridiculously
What is
interesting.
it? Up?
Alright, so now we have an x
Yeah. Okay.
and we have an f. So we're
Right, I got
gonna
your
replace.
equation.
Right. Okay.
Hurt. So my dream last night, Austin.
Okay, we still need our limit in front of that
Later.
because we have not evaluated the limit yet. And I know it gets annoying to write that thing over and over again, but
It's a really good way to practice on the tablet, though.
yes, and it's also very, very important because there's a very different
Maybe
thing
this will-
between the limit before you take it and the limit after. Alright, now, so f is the function that takes its input and does 1 over input minus 1. So,
Alright.
do you want me to scroll for you?
Sure.
Need a little more
Just like
space.
all of us awkward and just with no
Alright.
on faces.
Good.
Wow.
Okay. I'm so happy you remembered that without me reminding you. That makes me smile.
Looks like I yeah, it's exactly as I was like, huh, heartless.
Alright, let's scroll for you a little bit. Whoops. Don't know what just happened there.
You changed the pencil type.
I did?
No, she didn't.
I think you did.
Almost.
I think you did.
Alright, so now we get to just algebra, no calculus yet.
Okay. Where are we?
That one's annoying.
Oh, so I'm gonna have to do common denominator.
You are indeed.
That's annoying.
Okay, Bryce, can you please fill in?
You
Can
got
you
this,
scroll
Bryce.
down?
Sure.
I don't know why I thought this was a mouse, but obviously that's the case. It's like, huh, the
But
mouse
there's
is right here.
something missing.
The limit.
Yay.
Yeah, can you actually hand me that?
So I stopped trying to scroll with it.
Oh,
Just
no,
so
it's
that I
got
can
the
see.
belt.
Without getting a headache.
No, it's okay.
Life's little joys are
Okay.
Overrated. My dad broke his glasses.
Who only has one?
It only has one of the
Glasses
things
are
that
filthy. I
hooks
can't
behind your
actually
ear.
see. I won't get a headache, but I also can't see a thing.
He's worried he's not gonna get them fixed in time to go to New York. He's gonna have to watch all these shows with like half glasses. So slow, nice Bryce.
No.
Okay. This looks fabulous, except I'm a little bit concerned about signs on the top. I want to make sure that you know where your negative signs. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to say.
Right. Okay.
What happened to the oh no, it went down below, didn't it? The negative one that's kind of floating out on the side.
That, okay, let's, whoops. Scroll up here for a second. So this simplifies this denominator from the f of x simplified. The 2 and the 1 became combined. This one comes from the fact that when you plug f of 2, if you plug 2 into our function, it simplifies to be 1 because it's 1 over 2 minus 1.
Right, so
So-
where did it go?
Oh, it's still there. Oh, here. So he did a common denominator between these two fractions. So he multiplied this negative 1 by 1 plus delta x. So now the whole
Oh.
thing is over 1 plus delta x. Okay. Keep going.
So how would I simplify that?
What do you get on the top? The very tippy top of that 3 level.
Negative delta x.
Negative delta x, good.
Wow.
Okay, now dividing by this delta x, dividing by something is the same as multiplying by what?
1 over.
Uh-huh.
Like,
So that should make things a little clearer. What's going to happen here? Okay, and we still have not yet evaluated our limit. Okay, now what can you do? Cancel those. Okay, and now you can actually evaluate that limit, can't you?
so that equals negative 1 over.
Okay, but delta x
Yeah,
is going
let's
to
do-
0.
Oh.
So
Right. So it's negative 1.
it's negative 1. That's correct. Okay, so negative 1 is what?
The slope of the tangent line.
Right, which should make sense to you. If you think about what that curve is looking like at 2, it's coming down this way, so the slope at negative 2 should in fact be negative because the tangent line's going to lie this way. Alright, so now we're going to go one step further. We're going to take the fact that we now have a slope and we have a point because we know we're at the value 2 sitting on this function, and we're going to find the equation of the tangent line. So start off by writing down the coordinates of the point that we know sit on that line. I think it was positive 2.
Oh yeah.
2, 1 is our point, and our slope now is good. Alright. I've had it.
Okay.
Everyone's so far beyond sick of hearing about this trip. It's fantastic.
How did that
No.
happen?
I thought you were moving fairly quickly.
I did too. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was actually
We're
rather
gonna
enjoyable.
we can just